Welcome to our channel, where we break the silence and shed light on the importance of mental health awareness. Today, we're opening a dialogue that many shy away from, the crucial conversation about mental health disorders. These are conditions that affect millions of people globally, in all walks of life, across every age group. From anxiety and depression to bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, these disorders are as real as any physical ailment, yet they are often hidden, misunderstood, or stigmatized. The impact is profound, not only on individuals who experience these disorders, but also on their families, friends, and communities. However, it's important to remember that mental health disorders are not a sign of weakness. They are not something to be ashamed of. They are medical conditions that require our understanding, empathy, and support. Mental health affects us all, yet the stigma surrounding it often prevents open and honest conversations. It's time to change that narrative. Joining me today is a mental health advocate who has dedicated their life to spreading awareness and reducing stigma surrounding mental health disorders. Welcome. Thank you for accepting our invitation. As someone who has been passionately advocating for mental health awareness, could you share with us your insights about the various mental health disorders and their impact on people's lives? Indeed, mental health disorders come in various forms, each with its own set of symptoms and challenges. From anxiety and depression to bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, these conditions affect millions of people worldwide, often disrupting their daily lives, relationships, and even their physical health. It's also important to acknowledge that mental health disorders don't just affect the individuals living with them. They have a ripple effect, touching the lives of family, friends, and communities. The emotional, financial, and societal costs are far-reaching. But despite the widespread impact, there's still a significant amount of stigma attached to these disorders. This stigma often acts as a barrier, preventing those affected from seeking help and support. In your experience, what do you think contributes to this stigma? And more importantly, how can we work together to break down these barriers and create a more supportive environment for those struggling? Education and empathy, as you've mentioned, are indeed powerful tools in reducing stigma. By understanding the nature of these disorders and the challenges they present, we can foster a culture of compassion and support. This understanding also helps in dispelling the common myths and misconceptions that often cloud our perception of mental health. Active listening, too, plays a crucial role. When someone shares their experiences with mental health disorders, it's important to listen without judgment. By doing so, we not only provide them with a safe space to express their feelings, but also validate their experiences. Furthermore, we can show our support in various ways. This could be as simple as checking in on them regularly, offering a shoulder to lean on, or helping them access professional help when they're ready. Remember, no act of support is too small when it comes to mental health. How can we work together to break the stigma surrounding mental health and create a more supportive environment for those struggling? It starts with education and empathy. By educating ourselves and others about mental health, we can foster understanding and compassion. It's also crucial to listen without judgment and offer support in whatever way we can. As we delve deeper into the discussion, let's remember that mental health disorders are not a choice, and no one is to blame. They are medical conditions, just like heart disease or diabetes, and they can affect anyone, regardless of age, race, or socioeconomic status. To reduce the stigma around mental health, we must first acknowledge the existence of these disorders. Denial and avoidance only contribute to the silence and misunderstanding. Let's start by understanding that mental health disorders are real, prevalent, and can be debilitating. Next, we must educate ourselves and others. Knowledge is indeed power. The more we learn about mental health disorders, their causes, symptoms, and treatment options, the better equipped we are to address them. We can use this knowledge to dispel myths, challenge misconceptions, and change attitudes. A vital part of education is understanding that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to talk about it. We need to normalize these conversations in our families, workplaces, and communities. Moreover, empathy is key. It's about trying to understand what someone else is going through, Even if we haven't experienced it ourselves, it's about offering a listening ear, a comforting word, or a helping hand. Language matters too. The words we use can either stigmatize or humanize. Let's choose to humanize. Avoid labeling people with their conditions. Instead of saying he's schizophrenic, say he has schizophrenia. This simple shift in language emphasizes that people are more than their mental health conditions. Moreover, let's remember that no one is immune to mental health disorders, and they are not a sign of weakness. Resilience is not about avoiding stress, but learning to navigate it. It's about bouncing back stronger, and sometimes that involves seeking help. Supporting individuals with mental health disorders is not just about offering help, but also about accepting help. It's about breaking down the barriers that prevent people from seeking support, whether they are societal, cultural, or personal. In closing, let's remember that mental health is not a destination but a journey, and it's a journey that we're all on. It's about finding balance in our lives, nurturing our minds, and fostering resilience. It's about celebrating our strengths, acknowledging our weaknesses, and embracing our uniqueness. Remember, mental health is just as important as physical health. Let's continue to break the silence, challenge the stigma, and support one another on this journey toward mental well-being. Because in the end, mental health is not just about illness, it's about wellness. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. And that's a journey worth embarking on. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering discussions on mental health awareness. We've touched on some crucial topics today, but remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Each one of us has a role to play in breaking the silence and stigma surrounding mental health. Whether it's educating ourselves, lending a listening ear, or sharing our own stories, every action counts. It's about creating a safe space where mental health awareness is encouraged and where empathy and understanding are the norm rather than the exception. There are countless resources available, from books and documentaries to online platforms and support groups, all dedicated to mental health education and support. We've provided links to some of these resources in the description below. Use these tools, learn, grow, and most importantly, be there for each other. Until next time, take care and be kind to yourselves and others.